Hi, I'm Eva Murphy from Electronic Engineering at IT Sligo, and this is my Leaving Cert Maths Grinds channel. I'll regularly add new videos for both higher and ordinary level maths, so make sure you subscribe below and click the bell icon to be notified of new videos. This question came off the 2019 higher level paper. It was question 1 and it was on permutations and combinations. So if you look at question 1a, you can see a class consisted of 12 boys and 8 girls. Part 1 asked you, 2 students are selected at random from the class. What is the probability that the 2 students selected will be a boy and a girl in any order? Okay, so 2 students selected, the probability that it's a boy and a girl. Okay, 2 very important rules here known as the AND law of probability and the OR law. Okay, when you see the word AND in a probability question, we multiply probabilities. When you see the word OR, we add probabilities. Okay, so that little bit of theory comes into play here, because if you look at what we have, the 2 students we select will be a boy and a girl in any order. Okay, so if I want to put some English on that, I'm going to have a boy and a girl in any order. So I could have a girl and a boy. Okay, so that is the combination of a boy and a girl in any order. So just to say that again, there's a boy and a girl, or girl and boy, and the or girl and boy meets the condition that it can be in any order. Okay, what is the probability that it's a boy? Well, my probabilities are up here. So total in the class is 20 students. Okay, so the probability that it's a boy is 12 over 20. That word AND means I'm going to multiply that by the probability that it's a girl. Okay, so if my first one is a boy, I have only 19 students then left to choose from, and 8 of these students meets the condition that they're girls. So it's 12 over 20. I have 12 options for boys out of the class of 20, and that must be multiplied by, I have 19 students left in the class because one of the students is here, and 8 of them meet the condition that they're girls. Okay, or means I'm going to add to that the other condition, which is the probability that it's girls. So now I haven't chosen any out of the class now, so it's 8 out of 20 for that one. And means I'm multiplying, and I hope you're okay that the brackets by brackets is a way of writing multiplied. The probability that it's a boy, well, if one of my students in my class is here, then I've only 19 students left in the class to choose from, and 12 of these meet the condition that they are boys. Okay, so if you put that into the calculator, you will get 48 over 95 as your probability. And we tend to leave probability as fractions rather than rounding it in a decimal format. Okay, part 2. 4 students are selected, one at a time, at random from the class. What is the probability that the first 3 students selected will be boys and the 4th will be a girl? So in this case, they're giving us a very specific order. The first 3 will be boys, and the 4th will be a girl. Okay, so that's the important bit here. If I'm to write that down in English, that would be my first student will be a boy, my next student will be a boy, my third student will be a boy, followed by the 4th student being a girl. Okay, that is me choosing them one at a time. The first 3 students are boys, followed by the girl. Okay, a bit like we did up the first one. Now, there's no in any order in this one. So in this part 2, it is not in any order. They have given you a very, I can't even say the word, a very specified order, which is boy, 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 girl. So there's no or in this case like there was above. There's no other way to come up with that order of 3 boys and a girl. This is it. Okay, so the probability that you're a boy is 12 out of 20. Okay, there's 20 in the class, 12 of them are boys. Okay, choose your students. You're picking them one at a time. So in here you have one already chosen. So you're down to 19 students left. You want the second one to be a boy. Well, there's only 11 boys left. So that's 11 over 19. You want the third one to be boy. So there's 18 students left, out of which 10 of them are boys. And we want our last one to be a girl. We've just 17 students left. And all 8 girls are still available for choosing. Okay, so it's a boy, and a boy, and a boy, and a girl. So that's why all of these probabilities are multiplied by each other, and that's why I have them all written in brackets as such. Okay, of course you could put in the multiplied by signs anywhere along here if you wish. Okay, and if you put that into the calculator, you will get 88 over 969. Okay, so that's part 2. Okay, part B then of the question. An examination paper is made up of 2 sections. Section A consisting of 7 questions and Section B consisting of 8 questions. The paper contains the following instruction. From Section A, you must answer question 1, so that's a compulsory question, and any 3 other questions. From Section B, you must also answer any 4 questions. Find how many different combinations of questions may be answered if a candidate follows the instruction. Okay, the difficult piece, in my opinion, in this question is trying to figure out if it's a combination or a permutation. So if you've watched the theory video on this, I described how combination specifies order, a permutation not so much. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, if I was arranging books on a shelf and I had 3 Harry Potter books, for example, the first 3, can you see that if I was arranging, I could put any of the 3 Harry Potter books first. I then would have 1 in place, then I would have 2 remaining, and then I would have 1. So I had 6 possible ways of arranging those 3 books. So that's what we call a permutation. Okay, right. Combination then on the other hand is where you are choosing or selecting maybe members for a team. So maybe there was 5 people in the class and you needed to select 3 for a team. And the 5 people, we're going to call them Anne, Barry, Clive, David, and Esther. Okay, and then we need to select 3 from it. So one combination could be Anne, Barry, and Clive. Okay, now this is where a permutation and a combination differs. A combination is if I write down B, Barry, Anne, and Clive, that is not another combination because that is the same team of people. Okay, so that doesn't count as a combination. But if I was arranging these people, so a permutation, then A, B, C, and then B, A, C, Barry, Anne, Clive, they would be 2 different permutations. Okay, because they're a different arrangement. So in a combination, ABC would be the same as BAC, which would be the same as CAB or ACB or so on and so forth. So there's much less combinations than there are permutations. Okay, So that's the piece of theory that's here. It's in that video on theory if you want to watch it. So you're trying to figure out here, are we thinking permutations or are we thinking combinations? Okay, well, if you think about an exam paper, you have to answer question 1. Okay, you have to answer question 1. And then you could answer question 2, question 3, question 4. Okay, now if that was Anne, if Barry decided to answer question 3, question 4, question 2, is that the same thing? Is that the same combination? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is a combination rather than a permutation, which means it's an NCR. A combination is an NCR, a permutation is NPR on your calculator. Okay, so let's look at section A. Okay, and in section A, I have only one choice for the first question. I must answer question 1, and then I can go any other 3 from the 7 questions. Okay, so I have only one option for question 1, and then out of the remaining 6 questions, I can pick any 3. Okay, and remember that is an NCR on your calculator. Make sure you can find it. Okay, and then section B, you can answer any 4 questions, so no restrictions. So why is this 6 here and not 7? Because there was 7 questions in section A. Well, it's 6 because the 7th question is here. You had no option but to answer that question, so you only have a choice from the remaining 6 questions, and you pick 3. So that's that 6, choose 3. Okay, section B on the other hand has 8 questions, okay, and you can do any 4 out of those. So it's an 8, choose 4. And again, that's an NCR, okay? So into your calculator, you will put 8C4, okay? And you put it into your calculator in that order, okay? So your final answer for this one is 1 by 6, choose 3, by 8, choose 4, okay? Why multiply? Because it's question 1 and 3 from the other 6 and 4 from 8. So look at that word and, okay, which means we multiply the probabilities. And if you put that into your calculator, you should get 1400 combinations. So that concludes question 1 from the 2019 higher level paper. If there's any other questions you'd like me to do, please feel free to put it in the comments below and we'll take a look at them. If you've enjoyed this video, then why not join us in IT Sligo and use maths in practice. In conjunction with industry, we've designed an exciting new program in electronics and self-driving technologies, which uses cutting-edge techniques such as artificial intelligence, computer vision, and virtual and augmented reality. You'll need a H5 in maths to qualify. Check out the link below.